how you doing? Okay. We could have got the whole conversation off and over with, but you decided that you wanted to hear me breathe on the phone. That's why I don't do a whole lot of phone calls. I just don't like the conversation. And that's why I avoid some people, even after church. Now I'm not going to do it at this church because I love all of y'all. And you all don't do it. But I've been to other churches where you see them coming and you just, Lord Jesus, you just know. You see them come around the corner and you know that what they could say in 30 seconds, they're going to take 5 minutes to say it because they just have to express themselves. And they say the same thing over and over and over and over again. They're really not waiting for you to add much to the conversation. They're really not waiting for you to talk. They really don't want to know what your contribution is. All you really need to do is say, yes. Yeah, God is good all the time. All the time. God is good. Yes. I got some witnesses in here. There's some folk who slipped through the back door right at the benediction because there's somebody you don't want to talk to you. You know, if they corner you, that's going to be 20 minutes. You could have ordered your eggs. You could have warmed up the waffles. You could have been halfway home, and they still would not have gotten to the point of that story. As a matter of fact, there's some stories that some folks have told you in this church. You still don't know what the point is. All you know is that they had to say it and 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 say it. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I value people. I really do. I love people. I really do. I consider myself both patient and polite. But I just don't like when a conversation wastes my time. And the worst offender is when you have to repeat yourself. If I heard you once, I heard you all I need to hear. I just don't like when people unnecessarily repeat themselves. If I heard you once, I heard you all I need to hear. But I realize that there's some things that are worth saying, and then there are some things that are actually worth saying again. I read this verse and I was rebuked because you can't always be short. Yes, you can be to the point, but you can't always be so direct. You sometimes you have to repeat because the repetition deepens the impression. Sometimes you have to repeat yourself because the repetition draws the attention. Sometimes you have to repeat yourself because the repetition drives the point home. Sometimes you have to repeat yourself because the repetition helps with understanding. Sometimes you have to repeat yourself if you want the recipient of the message to actually get and understand and retain the message. And so maybe that's why this verse appears some 10 times in Scripture. All throughout Scripture, whenever the people of God come to a place where they have to give God adoration and praise, you see this phrase over and over and over again. Lord, you are good. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good and his mercy endureth forever. They've got to give God praise. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good and his mercy endureth forever. The people have been delivered. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good and his mercy endureth forever. God, come through again. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good and his mercy endureth forever. 10 separate times throughout Scripture, this exact phrase has been employed, which makes it the most repetitive phrase in the Bible. Obviously, God intended for us to get something from this, or he wouldn't have repeated himself 10 times. So what is it about this phrase that makes it so impactful? What is it about this phrase that makes it so potentially powerful? What is it about this phrase that makes it something worth repeating, something worth saying again? Well, let's take a look at it for a little while. Let's pause here parenthetically and peruse through the passage, and maybe we'll find some lessons from Holy Scripture that will enlighten and enliven and empower our lives. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good, and his mercy endureth forever. The first thing that arrested my attention about this passage that makes it something worth saying again is that it is a necessary call to celebration. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. God's people apparently need to be reminded to celebrate. God's people apparently need to be encouraged to give God praise. We are told that the human brain focuses on the negative and excludes by nature the positive. We are told that the human brain focuses on the bad and diminishes by nature the good. If that is the case, then it would be necessary to constantly call us to a celebration, because we are not naturally inclined to express our gratitude, especially when we feel entitled. But yet here is God combating our naturally adjusted annoyance. I was on a mission trip. I won't tell you what country, because I don't want to talk bad about folks. But I was on a mission trip in a country where I was not comfortable, and this country was hot, and it seemed that